Do 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 do. Hi everyone, welcome to the newest episode of the Hall of Wells YouTube channel. I'm your host Brett Wells, and today we are going to be doing something I've wanted to do for quite a while. Today we are going to put together a life-size Michael Myers mannequin. And I want it to be as accurate as possible. So I've had the idea for a while, and it's not an original idea, but it's one that I wanted to make sure I executed properly. And I've wanted to do it for a while, but I just didn't pull the trigger for the longest time. It wasn't until I was shopping at a buddy's shop, Mad Max Masks in Trader's World Flea Market in Monroe, Ohio, that I realized I need to get this started. Now, Matt had shown me a pair of Creepy Customs 78 coveralls that he had. Unfortunately, they were a little too big for what I was looking for, but they looked gorgeous in person, and that inspired me to actually pull the trigger, contact Creepy Customs myself, and actually order a pair of the coveralls. Now, going from there, I watched a couple YouTube videos from other channels to see their formulas for their mannequins. There's a couple good ones out there. The one that really caught my eye was Lord Chaos, who had a beautiful Myers mannequin that he put together. So from there, I needed to decide a couple of things. One, what mannequin I was going to get. Two, what mask I was going to use. And three, my rough budget. The budget went out the window. I'm not great with money, as you will come to find out through this channel. For the mannequin, I did some research. I looked at forums, I watched YouTube videos, I saw what everybody else was using, and I paid attention to the shape of the head, because the mask has to fit on that thing. I paid attention to the height, went with a 73 inches. This big sumbitch right here is tall and as accurate as you can get to get Nick Castle's height of 6'1". So, mannequin in place. I found this one on eBay, roughly 120 bucks. Shipped out, received within days. I was blown away by the turnaround on that. Once I had the mannequin, luckily it came with all the instructions on its measurements. So I sent those to Connor at Creepy Customs to make sure that I got the right size. Now I haven't put it on him yet, so fingers crossed there. And Connor's work is completely gorgeous. He was able to replicate the look of the 1978 film with his man, it's hard to put into words. So the common misconception with casual Myers fans or Halloween fans, sound like such a dweeb, but the common misconception is that the coveralls that Michael wears in the original Halloween are blue, when in reality they are text green coveralls. It's just how the lighting is in the movie, and the coveralls look many different colors throughout the movie. Regardless, Connor was able to track down a pair of the original coveralls from Sears, text green, and he was able to replicate that. Based on everything I've seen, best in the business. So it wasn't until today, that was the final piece of the puzzle I have been waiting on, and they have arrived today. I'm gonna give you a quick preview. Now see, they do kind of look blue, depending on the lighting. In person, they've got kind of a gray, and just laying down, they look kind of great. So there's the illusion of the colors based on lighting, which fans of the original Halloween know how much John Carpenter put into lighting and the different looks it had on the coveralls and on the masks. So yeah, I got the Creepy Customs coveralls. I got the mannequin off eBay. The mask was the trickiest one because there's many options of what I wanted to go for as far as look here. Now, I could have gone with a Proto 98, and the Proto 98 reminds me of when Tommy Lee Wallace wears the mask in the original movie, particularly the closet scene. The closet scene is probably my favorite scene in all the Halloween franchise. And I love how the mask looks on Tommy Lee Wallace. Now, in the last video, I showed you my 98 Proto. It's a gorgeous mask. Probably my favorite mask. But for the Mannequin, I wanted it to look more like Nick Castle in the suit, standing there in front of me like it was 1978. And if I'm going to go that route, the only route to go is with the PS78. Now, I talked about it briefly in the last video. The PS78 comes with that built-in castle stretch. As you can see, it's kind of elongated in the face. That's based on Nick Castle's face, the shape of his head. It made the mask kind of droop. Now, this thing, I've been looking at PS78s for the last year, and I've never really pulled the trigger on it because for my mask display, I wanted the masks how they looked just as the masks. But this thing, once you see it in person, it is just magnificent. It's a NAG mask, PS78. I've also mentioned in the past that James Carter, in my mind, is the best artist when it comes to redoing, rehauling these masks. So I kind of wanted a PS78 rehauled by JC. But I also very impatient. I didn't want to buy the PS78, send it to him, and then pay the extra for the turnaround and all that stuff. So I went to eBay, and I went to Facebook groups, and I went to forums looking for just a PS78. Because that's what I needed. I wasn't quite sure with what I was going to do about the final look. And then I found someone on Facebook that actually had the PS78 rehauled by ParmFX, which I'm not super familiar with. I don't know if they're still in the game, but when I saw this mask, I knew with the shading, the coloring, the hair, this is Nick Castle as Michael Myers. The coloring on this is great. As I mentioned, the shading, the shadowing, like it's really a gorgeous mask. And it was a lot more affordable than getting an NAG redone by JC. JC is still the best in the game. And maybe one day I will get a PS78 done by JC. But this, for the Mannequin, I already put it on the Mannequin just to make sure it fit. I mean, it's eerie how good it looks on him. Next piece of the puzzle, basic, easy. Black t-shirt. Kind of want to loosen up the collar here. Just went to Walmart, size medium. It worked pretty well. Unfortunately, you can't buy just a single black shirt and have to get a two-pack. I don't wear mediums, so add an extra. But medium looks good on him. It's going to fit perfectly underneath the coveralls. And the final piece of the puzzle is the boots. Now, most people probably think that just plain black combat boots is the way to go, but in the original Halloween, Nick Castle actually wore Vietnam combat boots, Vibram sole, and with the green in there. Now, if you look at particular scenes, you can actually see the green shining through. Not many scenes, but such as when Michael was falling off the balcony, you can see the green in the boots. So yeah, I found these on eBay. Most people might want extremely accurate. For that, you could get used, weathered, worn Vietnam combat boots through many Army surplus stores. I just went with the eBay route. They were kind of cleaner. It's kind of hard to tell here, but there is some weathering on here. It beat them up a bit. The green's got a little bit of weathering too. Went with a size 12. which might seem kind of big, but I figure if I put socks on this guy, thick socks, the size of the boot might keep the balance on the mannequin right. So yeah, I got the boots, I got the mask, I got the coveralls, mannequin, black shirt. Those are the pieces to put this together. So next up, we are going to dress him, and we're gonna hope that he turns out looking like Michael. Now, one last thing, and I'm gonna crouch down here real quick. A lot of people with their mannequins, when they're putting the money into it, so the mannequins come with a standard hand. And for some people, these hands are kind of small. It's about the size, honestly, of my actual hand. So maybe I've got small hands. That's something. A lot of people do buy custom hands. Silicone, flexible hands. Popular thing to do with the mannequins I've noticed is have Michael holding a knife. And I can understand that. You think Michael Myers, you think big kitchen knife. For me personally though, with this mannequin, I want it to look more like stalking Michael. Throughout the film, he's stalking Laurie. He's not holding a knife that entire time. Particularly when he appears from behind the hedges. That's the look I'm going for. So no custom hands, no holding a knife. I do love how it looks with other people's mannequins. For mine personally, I want it to appear like he is just standing there staring. So yeah, no custom hands. We'll just go with the standard and hope that it turns out well. All right, so let's put this guy together. Okay, so here's the fun part where I dress this mannequin. First time doing this, I need to find the right formula here, clicking the arms in place, while also hooking it onto the coveralls. Now, might be a little awkward here, but I'm gonna attach his arm. Now I should have gone into this with a better game plan, but we're kind of just figuring it out as we go. Okay. There we go, first arm. Love that. Let's go with the second arm. Won't come back to the coveralls. I think we gotta get the arms on this guy first. Then click that arm in, and right into place it goes. Get it a little loose there. Perfect. It's crazy. We're both bald and we both just have a similar build. All right, now we bring up the coveralls. I don't have a lot of experience in dressing anyone besides myself, so especially someone that is so stiff and plastic. Let's see if we can maneuver here. Let's get that. All right. And I know all of you are watching this video just to watch me accurately dress a mannequin. That's why we're here, right? Okay. Here we go. We finally got some progress. We want to make sure the arms are good. get it up above the shoulder here. I hope you guys are enjoying looking at the back of my head as I do this. It is definitely a bit awkward. All right, let's tuck that shirt in, shall we? All right. Zip them up, get that button. Let's play with color a little bit. Oh man. Now I think the tricky part is getting the t-shirt situated. So it's not just riding up on it. So we'll go in here, kind of move that around. Get that going. All right. There we go. That is Michael Myers. Coveralls fit great. Very happy with the results here. Again, Connor with Creepy Customs killed this. And looking at the video, it does look blue, but in person, it's green. It's all lighting based, which I love. It's gonna make this thing even creepier. Got the color popped correctly. Now the thing I noticed in a lot of these mannequins is that the hands seem very small. On this, I kind of like how the hands look. Just down at his side. We can always adjust, bring those forward a little bit. So yeah, step one complete, dressing them. Up next, we're gonna go with the boots. Okay, next up is the boots. Now I contemplated putting socks on Michael here to make up for the difference in the size of the boot and the size of the foot. I did a trial run to see how these things fit, and it's a very tight fit as is. So we're going to avoid the socks, I believe. But yeah, it does fit on there. It does seem to be pretty snug. Toes definitely don't reach the end. I'm hoping that doesn't affect the balance of this thing. But if it does, we do have a stand that we can use on Michael here. But yeah, so it takes some maneuvering to get the boots on. Start with the toes. Play with the back here. It's a little tricky, but it is doable. Yeah, socks just would not have been the way to go here. So yeah, you gotta struggle with it a little bit, but the boots will fit on the mannequin. But yeah, perfect. All right, I'm not gonna make you watch me tie these, but boots. Okay, so we have him dressed. We have the boots on. We have him all set. The mannequin, the coveralls. Everything is perfect so far. I am in love with this thing. How it looks, just standing there. But it's missing one piece of the puzzle, the most important piece. It's not Michael Myers unless he has the mask. So we are gonna slide this bad boy on him and hope that it turns out to be Michael Myers staring at us. Now, let's go ahead and slide this on. Now with a lot of these I'll see people put things under the mask. They'll put some like hoods. We'll put some masks over it, just like a black sleepy mask to cover the eyes to give it more of that dark look. But for me, I don't think I really need anything on it for it to be Michael. There we have it. Michael Myers standing before me. Let's try to get a little closer in on this. You can see the eyes through it. That's creepy. That's so creepy. But it's gorgeous. Loving this. Let's get a better view on this though. All right, starting from the bottom, we've got the boots. This beautiful custom Halloween 1 pumpkin created by Thou Shalt Create Shop on Etsy. Highly recommend checking out. It's so dope. We have the Trick or Treat Studios Judith Myers Tombstone. The Creepy Customs Weathered Coveralls. And then we have Michael himself wearing a NAG PS78 Rehauled by ParmFX Customs. I had an image in my head of what I wanted this to look like, the finished product. Seeing it in person, I mean, it is absolutely insane. This may very well be my favorite thing in my collection now. This is Michael Myers. Wow. Okay, everyone, we have reached the end of my Michael Myers life-size mannequin video. Hopefully this video inspired collectors to maybe put together their own Michael. I highly recommend it, especially just looking at it in person. Like, it feels like Michael Myers is right next to me. It is chilling. Love it. So hopefully you liked today's video. If you did, please like down there at the bottom. Please subscribe. Please feel free to share. But yeah, I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video today. Keep tuning in. We're going to be doing more additions to my collection. I've got a couple masks on the way, a couple unboxing videos of the horror and pro wrestling stuff I am collecting, and we're just going to build upon there. But yeah, I've been your host, Brett Wells. This has been the Hollow Wells channel, and I appreciate you greatly for watching.